Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another YouTube video. Okay, so right now currently it is 3:03 p.m. Okay, so uh let's do a quick analysis on how last week went, and then we will adjust accordingly. Okay, so we start off with the Euro USD here. Okay, so for Euro USD last week was pretty much that NFP came out pretty much bullish for the dollar due to the fact that NFP came out a lot of jobs data that is positive and stuff. So and unemployment, okay, so what does that mean for us, or in the sense that in the dollar, is that it will have a bullish bias, because that will mean that the Fed can't really cut rate that fast, because the jobs, which is the how you say, the economy is doing well, because there is jobs, there is money in the market and everything. So the Fed can't cut rates that fast, hence the dollar being very strong, and then that's where the dollar actually started to being stronger, while euro, okay, has been cutting their rates much more. Okay, so hence euro is getting weak, and that's why euro USD fell like a brick last Friday. So right now for me, okay, what I see is that I see a ton of liquidity on top of here. Okay, let me take a look at my broker. Okay, so there's ton of liquidity on the top side here. So in my personal opinion, is either how price action will or may not move. Okay, so then there is liquidity at the bottom as well, because there's this gap here. But I am checking my broker to see whether is there a gap or not, or is it just this market. Okay, so most probably I think it's just that market, as you guys can see. Most probably it's just that market in itself, so it's fine with me to have that. Next is that hold on, guys. Okay, so there's tons of liquidity at the top side here. Okay, and there is liquidity at the bottom as well. So if you're asking me, right, I'm okay with both buys and sells in my personal opinion. Okay, I just want to wait to see what the setup gives me, and I'm not be taking any trades at the current moment. So yeah, I'm just gonna be waiting. So it's either a swing high, okay, or liquidity sweep on top, or a liquidity sweep at the bottom. For me, I would rather prefer a liquidity sweep to the bottom, so that I can look to buy the market, because due to the fact that price is pretty much very low, and NFP highs or news tends to be a draw on liquidity. Okay, yes, there is a possibility that price will continue pushing higher, and then one day come back to here, but not now. It may not be now, and it may not be tomorrow. Okay, so we just want to see and wait what price action does, because I mean, a lower time frame, there is a lot of bearish fair value gaps. So yeah, so right now we're just chilling on Euro USD. For me personally, I feel that I want to look for buy opportunities. Okay, but sells as well, I'm fine with it. So I am just going to be waiting for a setup. I am not going to be taking any trades along the line. I want to see how Euro USD reacts off these zones and sweeping on liquidity, then I'll look for a trade. Okay, so for Nasdaq, pretty much very simple. I want to look for a sweep of liquidity towards the downside and then look forward to the upside. So yesterday, okay, which is Friday, NFP came out bullish because dollar and the economy is stronger and everything, right? So what does that tell us for the stock market? The stock market will actually continue pushing higher due to the fact that there is good economy, the GDP growth is there and everything. So stock market usually tends to go higher from here, but of course it doesn't have to always go up higher. It's just a sign. Okay, so I wouldn't mind looking for a buy opportunity, but however I want to see sweep accumulation macro timing first and the Asian lows, and then after that look for a long trade. So that is my that's my trading time frame for now. So I'll just be waiting. Okay. Okay boys, so currently right now Euro USD has set the low here. Okay, so there is two ways that you can see this. You can see that price may or may not continue sweeping this low here. Okay, Nasdaq as well set the low. Okay, so I wouldn't mind looking for a buy side on NAS if price were to inverse this 2 minute and I want an instant confirmation. So you look at NAS right now is in a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Okay, 30 minutes bullish fair value gap as well. Okay, 1 hour bullish fair value gap. Okay, 2 hours bullish fair value gap hasn't closed yet. Okay, 3 hours bullish fair value gap haven't closed as well. So whole bunch of bullish fair value gaps here. Not in any trade now, boys, so just waiting. Okay, right. So currently, right now, right, I'm looking for both long setup for Euro USD and Nasdaq. Okay, so for me, right, I'm not taking any trades just yet. But what I am looking for is not a perfect setup, but I am just looking for a good setup. So for Euro USD, because right now price is in a 5 minutes bearish fair value gap and in a 5 minute bullish fair value gap. Okay, I don't know whether will I be actually. I'll definitely be selling here. That's for sure, because personally I really don't think sales here will be the best option in my personal opinion. However, if there is a good setup for sales, why not to take. However, at the same time, I don't like to sell into a low. So I don't like to sell into a low price already made a new low. So I don't like to sell it. For me, backtesting and everything is that uh if price wants to continue pushing lower, sure, I'll just let it be. But however, if price wants to push higher, then I'll definitely want to look into buys. Okay, so that is my personal opinion. Okay, however, I am not taking a sell here. I am looking for a long setup. Okay. Okay, so 1 minute the inverse here, 2 minutes as well inverse. So by asking me, so Chris, are you taking a long setup here? Not exactly. I'm not taking a long setup just yet. Okay, due to the fact that I want to see a pullback. Okay, I do want to see a pullback here. If price wants to continue flying, sure, fine. No, I am not gonna take that trade. Reason being is because 5 minutes there is a bearish fair value gap, and 4 minutes as well, 3 minutes as well, 2 minutes as well. So but if I do have like a nice pullback and then it gets inverse, okay, so it gets inverse, I would have a higher confirmation that okay, price wants to continue pushing bullish here. So price printed a new lower low, higher low. So maybe price wants to continue pushing, then sure, I'll look for a buy setup. However, I cannot just purely take based on just such a huge uh so this whole entire fair value gap here, right, I can't possibly just buy here and just my stop loss to be bit below here. you know it's just not a good risk to reward ratio for me. So currently right now I wouldn't mind looking for a I definitely look for a long I want to look for long setups. However, like I emphasize, is a sense that I will only wait for a pullback into the zones. Then okay, maybe I will look for a long setup. However, for now I'll just be waiting. Okay, so reason why I wouldn't mind this, because if we take a look at the dollar, right? Okay, sorry. Wow. the, so currently looking at the dollar, there is actually SMT here. So if we look at this high here, okay, this is the high. While price didn't make a higher high on Euro USD, on dollar. Okay, Euro USD did make a new higher high, lower low. So but Euro didn't make a higher high in terms of dollar. So that shows that there is SMT involved. So I wouldn't mind looking for a long setup if price were to pull back. Okay, if price pulls back here, I wouldn't mind looking for a long setup. That's what I am looking at for right now. At the current moment, I am not taking any form of trades just yet. Okay. Okay, so NAS did drop lower here. Need make a new low here. Okay. Am I buying this here? No, I'm not buying this just yet. Okay. I'm just chilling. I want to wait, like I said, for NAS wise, I want to see whether is there, what is it trying to do. Okay, I think what it's trying to do is most probably looking for this sweep of liquidity here. Okay, so maybe once price sweeps there, then I will look for a long setup. But for now, I'm not taking any trade just yet. Excuse me. If this 1 minute here gets inverse, right, instantly, the next candlestick, I wouldn't mind taking a trade. I wouldn't mind. So, but of course, reason being is because if you look at the higher time frame, 1 hour still hasn't closed bearish yet, haven't closed below yet, so it still has a chance to push higher. Okay, of course it's a chance, that doesn't mean that we still, and 2 hours as well, okay, 3 hours as well, and 4 hours as well. So it hasn't closed bearish yet, so there is still a chance that price may or may not continue pushing higher. 30 minutes time frame, price is either bullish fair value gap. Okay, inverse this low here. Okay, 15 minutes as well, inverse the low. Okay, and then it's in a 55 minutes fair value gap as well, bullish fair value gap as well. So okay, so right now it's getting rejected, as you guys can see. That's why I said that I wanted to see very nice I wanted to see instant reaction if price were to give me. If there wasn't an instant reaction, I really wouldn't like it. So for now wise, I don't see an instant reaction. I may or may not continue, I may or may not take it. Okay, so you might be asking me, Chris, why are we looking for a short setup on Euro USD if price were to give me? Maybe I'll look for a short setup, but for now I'm not looking for a short setup. I'd like to look for a long setup due to the fact that price has made a new low. Okay, I don't like to short onto a low, because if you know how market structure is, okay, if you look at how market structure is right now, price is in the range of here and here. So right now price is within this range here. Okay, and how we usually look at market structure, right, is that in a sense that price makes lower low, lower lower low, and higher low, lower low, higher low. So if price were to continue pushing lower, right, it will want to continue pushing lower already. But however, with that, usually I don't like to look for shorts, because this could be a form of liquidity. Price push low and then continue pushing higher. Okay, but there's a risk that you could look to taking as well. Okay, so currently right now, if you were to ask me, right, how would I like to look to short here, I would personally say no, because there is equal highs on top here. There is equal highs there, there's a draw on liquidity that up there. So for everyone asking me, Chris, are you going to be looking for longer setups straight away? Okay, right now price is here, are you going to look for buys and then on the way to here? No, from what I backtest and stuff, anticipating, and you know, from the past as well, right, anticipating a draw on liquidity, not draw on liquidity, anticipating I guess you can say a draw on liquidity. I guess you could say a draw on liquidity, or you know, a sweep of liquidity, right? It is pretty high, it is pretty risky, okay, because I have been burned plenty of times, you know, saying that okay, price is gonna go there, I'm gonna just target there, no matter what, I'm just gonna target there. True, you know, price may continue targeting there, that is very true. However, price might or may not continue, or may not want to, you know, push there as much as it would like to. Okay, price may or may not want to push there, and we do not know whether one price wants to go there or not. We as traders do not know, we only can react based on what we see. So for me, okay, I that is my target. But however, will I be taking trades based on will I be targeting there? Yeah, I will be. However, that is not a certain that every single trade that I take I will be looking at. Okay, sorry, I was looking to see whether this 2 minute actually closed bullish here, but it didn't actually. So okay, so I'm just waiting for this to see if this price action want to continue pushing bullish. Okay, so anyway, so as I was saying, you know how this is my target here because there is liquidity sweep here. Okay, however, I don't just simply blind and long into it. Okay, price want to sweep it, you know, you can definitely sweep it. As we know, usually from price action is that if price want to continue pushing higher even after sweeping, it can as well. It doesn't matter. So liquidity doesn't have to come back now, tomorrow, later, whatsoever. It can come back next year, tomorrow, next year, next month, whenever it wants to. It can do whatever it wants to do. It doesn't essentially have to come back, you know, like today. Okay, hold on guys. So right now I'm looking for a long setup on UNES right now. Okay, so if NAS actually close above here, right, I really wouldn't mind looking. I wouldn't like to look for a long here. Reason being that's the high. Okay, so right now I'm at the trade already. It's a bit high due to the spread. So that's my break even. This is my break even here. Okay, so Euro actually got a nice push higher here, as you guys can see here. However, I am not long in a Euro USD trade. Okay, wait, sorry. I didn't actually see whether 5 minutes actually has a bullish fair value gap here. Okay, so it doesn't have. So the next bullish fair value gap is actually there. Okay, so I want to take a look whether see what price action does here. So I'm not in a Euro USD trade here due to the fact that I'm not trying to open too much lot size here. I don't really like to over trade or over leverage my account. Okay, so I did only open one lot size here, which is about $100 to $200, because I am right now in a huge drawdown already, so I don't really want that to happen to me. So right now, yeah. Okay, I am not looking for Euro USD no longer. I'm looking for NES only at the current moment. So reason why I took this trade, very simply, in the sense that price bounced off this 5 minute bullish fair value gap, inverse set this low here. Okay, so it set the low there. Okay, it set the low there. Then after that, when I look at the 30 minutes, okay, price is bouncing off a 30 minutes bullish fair value gap as well. Okay, so okay, hold on, sorry. Let me move my stocks to break even here. Okay, so I didn't manage to move my stock to break even here. Okay, so let me see whether can I actually move my stocks to break even here. Okay, so right now my stocks are in break even right here. Okay, so my stocks are in break even. Okay, so I want to see, let's see what price action has to offer right now. My ultimate take profit will be here. Okay, I think most like I said, usually I don't like. Okay, so I think most probably will get stopped out at break even here, because look at huge rejection. Okay, I saw I got stopped out at break even here, boys. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I got stopped out at break even due to the fact that price rejected off that uh the price rejected off that huge Asian session high. Then I told you guys that most of the time usually Asian highs tends to be what's it called? It tends to be liquidity. It tends to be a resistance. So I don't really like to risk that. So I just took my trade off there lah. Okay. So I wouldn't mind looking for Euro USD long again, or Nasdaq long. Okay, so we just gotta wait and see what price action has to offer for now. So I'm just chilling. So for me, the reason why I took this NAS long was price was bouncing off a 30 minutes bullish fair value gap. Okay, 1 hour hasn't closed bearish yet. Okay, 4 hours as well, 3 hours as well. Okay, 5 minute bounced off. Price swept this liquidity here. Inverse a singular 2 minute obvious fair value gap here, and a 1 minute obvious fair value gap as well. Okay. So you might be asking me, Chris, are you going to be buying here or buying at this 1 minute bullish bearish fair value gap? Honestly, no, I'm not, because every there is a chance that I may buy here if I see a nice rejection here. Okay, so let's wait and see what price action has to offer. I would say may re-enter here. Okay, so I will not buy Euro USD because right now price is in this 5 minutes bearish fair value gap here. If I were to buy here, then I'm buying it into a bearish fair value gap. Okay, so I am in a sense contemplating that, oh, okay, price may or may not continue pushing, and stuff along that line. Hence, this I'm not buying there. Okay, if price, okay, so if I were to buy, I wouldn't mind. However, yeah, I don't think I will buy honestly, because right now price is in a 5 minutes bearish fair value gap, and right now if I were to buy, then I'm essentially just fighting with it. Okay, so that's just my personal opinion. You might be telling me, yo, Chris, you're such a damn dumbass. Why are you not taking this trade? Price is flying higher. Like, why you not taking this trade? Right now price is just flying. You didn't even take that trade. How can you be so dumb, etc., etc. However, for me, like I told you guys earlier that I'm not into any. I'm not even taking this trade just yet. I'm just waiting for a setup. I'm not in a rush for setup. So yeah, because right now 5 minutes is in a very fair value gap. If I were to buy here, right, what does that essentially mean? This essentially means I'm just gambling that these 5 minutes will get inverse, even though yes, the draw on liquidity is towards the highs. True. However, how would you know that price might want to inverse it today? It can be tomorrow. You might never know. Correct? So for me, look at this. Right now price is just pushing lower back. So it doesn't matter, man. Like you will never know when price when does price wants to inverse and stuff along that line. You never know until you just have to wait and see and react off based on what you see. Okay, so for me right now, I'm saying that this NAS trade, I wouldn't mind looking for another long setup. Okay, however, I don't think I would take it because due to the fact that it is pretty looking very bearish in my personal opinion. So I will just be waiting to see what price action does. Like I said, okay, I'm just chilling. I'm not taking any trades just yet. I already took one trade earlier already. So I will be looking more towards NAS long rather than Euro longs at this point, because Euro is reacting off this 5 minutes very fair value gap. Okay, so there's two ways that I can see this. I would say that is that Euro comes back down to at least this low here. I would personally say, okay, at least to the 50% retracement here. Okay, so okay, why do I say this? Because if this is a lower high, right? Okay, so if right now price is looking like this bearish push, if price push up higher here and then make a lower high here, price may push up and continue a bullish trend. That is in a sense that is trying to say that there is a reversal in trend. Okay, so I wouldn't mind taking that trade, but that essentially means that I have to wait and see what price action has to say. I won't straight away take this trade and say, hey, I'm gonna take this trade and stuff along that line. I only wait for a setup. If price wants to give me that setup, then hey, okay, I will take it. If not, then I won't take a setup. I'm not in a rush to take this trade. So yeah, right now NES has hit macro accumulation timing already. So let's just wait and see what time both trade right now is in a macro timing. So I'm just gonna wait and see what price action does here. Doesn't really matter. So look at this, price came back down here, so yeah, doesn't really matter to me. Okay, right now I'm looking for a long setup here on NES trade. However, I would say it's a pretty risky one because 3 minutes hasn't closed yet. So yeah. Oh wow, Euro actually just dropped low after it went up and then it went back down. So that's pretty funny. I don't know. I don't know how to explain, but to me it's just pretty funny. Okay, right now I'm in a buy trade for NES. Okay, I'm in a buy trade for NES. Okay, I'm in a buy trade for NES right now at the current moment. So let's wait and see what price action has to offer. Okay, so wait, did that even hit? Okay, so once price hits these 5 minutes bullish fair value gap here, right? I'll actually break even here, or essentially push higher there lah. Okay, so 1 hour did close bearish here, boys. Okay, so 1 hour did close bearish in terms of the 1 hour, 2 hours as well. Okay, so that's something that we need to look out for. 4 hours hasn't closed yet. Okay, 3 hours hasn't closed as well. Okay, so let's look at 30 minutes as well. Didn't close bearish, it actually bounced off. Took 5 minutes as well. If you look at 15 minutes, 15 minutes did close bearish, so it's pretty mixed, I would personally say. However, we do need to definitely keep our stops, we definitely need to keep our stops pretty tight here. Okay, so like I said, that's why that once these 5 minutes bearish fair value get hit, right, I will actually break even some of my trades, or essentially when or once this high actually gets swept, then I will essentially break even. So in terms of net, Euro USD price is actually pushing higher. You know, as you guys can see, price is currently pushing much higher. So you know, congrats to whoever just bought Euro USD, but I didn't buy it because, like I said, right now price is in a 5 minute bearish gap, bearish fair value gap. So for me to actually take that trade will essentially be very uh for me it's very risky. So that's why I didn't really want to take it. Okay, so same concept right now. If price were to inverse this 5 minutes bearish fair value gap here, right? Okay, I would say that you at least have to wait for 50% retracement here to buy, because if that's a new low or new high, right, then uh you know, if you like I said, seeing how market structure is like, okay, higher high, higher low, lower low, so higher high, lower high, lower low, then right now price is making a new high. So if price comes back down here, okay, then push higher, then that's a new higher high essentially. Okay, so essentially that's a new market structure shift, or you know, change of character or whatsoever. So that's for me, that's how I will look into taking this trade if you ask me not. Okay, so however, if price sweeps this high here, right, okay, then price comes back down here, I would say that that's more of a risky trade. However, because this is the previous high that market hit, okay, that's the new high that sort of market just hit. So what does that tell us? In a sense, that tells us that market, if wants to continue, right, okay, you can continue at hitting the next area here, sure. However, if price want to hit, sweep it, and then straight away may or may not continue pushing lower, and you don't even know it as well, because that's the new previous high. And you know, I always like to say is that, okay, price hit that new high. So right now price is, oh wow, euro is actually pushing much higher here. So right now price euro did make a new high here, so you guys can look for, definitely look longs if you would like to, but I personally don't really look for, I don't really want to look for new longs. I think euro has the potential to continue pushing higher. So well, for me wise, I personally, like for me personally, right, euro USD didn't really give me a chance to take the trade. Reason being is that if you look closely here, right, okay, so this is such a big fair value gap here. Okay, this whole gap is actually a fair value gap. Fair value gap here, fair value gap here. I don't like to take personally, okay, personally I don't like to take uh fair value gaps that have two or more fair value gaps. Okay, reason being is because the fact that I as trader, that I trade inversion fair value gap, right, I personally don't know where price may continue push, like retrace back to. So my stop loss is actually very big. Okay, let's say for example, if I were to take this trade here, right, sorry. So for me to take long, like I would say a long setup on USD today, right, okay, so how would I have taken it? I honestly don't think I would have taken it in any way personally, because okay, first thing first, right, is that if we, let's say for example, price retrace into this 1 minute, right, there's such a big bullish fair value gap here, and if I were to take a trade here, right, okay, if I were to take a trade here, essentially I'm buying into a 5 minutes bearish fair value gap. And as we know, looking back at my past trades and stuff, like I don't really have a lot of successful uh I don't really have a successful track record of me buying into a don't really have a good track record of me buying into a bullish fair value gap. Okay, bearish fair value gap. So that's essentially me taking a gamble there. So I don't really think that was a very good trade. So if we look at here, so right now, Chris, why didn't you take a trade here? Okay. So if for me, I take trades. My trading strategy is that it has to have a singular bearish fair value gap. It needs to have a singular bearish fair value gap. So it has to have a singular bearish fair value gap. However, you know clearly price didn't have any. If we look at USD now, price did sweep agent lows. That's number one. Number two is that price sweep liquidity. That's number two. Okay, obvious draw on liquidity was definitely towards the high side. Okay, as we know. Okay, it was there internal liquidity purge. Yes, Asian lows was internally purged. Was there a body close? Okay, I didn't really take any. Was price in a PD area? Oh yeah, it was in a PD area. Okay, because price was pretty much quite low, and right now if we look at the market structure, price has been in a bearish trend. Okay, so okay, I would say not too bad, I would say. Okay, then but next was there a singular obvious fair value gap? No, there wasn't. Okay, right now there's one here, there was one here, there was one here, and then there was this huge one here. You ask me, if I buy here, how would I know I'm buying into a bearish fair value gap that price may or may not react off, and essentially I might lose my trade. Okay, essentially price may lose a trade from that right there. Okay, so yeah, I may or may not lose my trade there. Okay, so that's why I didn't take that trade. I was pretty much buying into a bearish fair value gap, and it's such a risky play. So look at this, and I also was buying into Asian lows, and most of the time buying into Asian lows, price as you can see usually it's resistance, so might just reverse from there, and I don't even know it. So I didn't really want to risk that. So I didn't take a trade, and during the high time frame, there's a 3 minute bearish fair value gap. 5 minutes as well has a very huge 5 minutes bearish fair value gap. It's also very very tough trade if you were to ask me if I want to take any form of trades there. Okay, so no way of me taking a trade. Okay, so right now NAS is pushing lower here, which I'm pretty sad about. I'm pretty sad. Okay, so let's take a look. So NAS, okay, I'm done with Euro currently. So let's take a look at Nasdaq. Okay, let's take a look at the Nasdaq. Right, Nasdaq. Why did I take this trade here? Okay, so wait, let me drink some water first. Okay, so for Nasdaq, right, if you look at a higher time frame here, price has, and we look at fundamentals. So fundamentally wise, right, price is bullish. Okay, so why did I say that? Like I said, the job data was bullish. Okay, jobs data was bullish. Okay, not price is bullish, but market may or may not be bullish. Okay. Okay, so because jobs data were bullish last week, okay, so we have a bullish, or I would say have a higher confirmation of it being bullish. Okay, so bullish momentum, I would say. Yeah, fundamentally, okay, dollar is bullish. Okay, sorry, stocks or commodities is current, would say is bullish. Then we look at the higher time frame. So we look at the 1 day time frame. Okay, price, okay, yes, 1 day time frame price is within this bearish fair value gap. Okay, we look at the 4 hours, price is in a 4 hours bullish fair value gap. Yes, it hasn't closed yet, so we have to wait and see. Next 3 hours as well hasn't closed yet. It's still inside that 2 hours bullish fair value gap and a 3 hours bearish fair value gap. 2 hours as well, it did close bearish, so that's something that we need to take note of. So bearish close within that bearish. 1 hour as well close bearish. So price may or may not continue pushing lower. Okay, something that we need to definitely take note of. Next, okay, next price is in a 30 minutes bullish fair value gap. Okay, and price is in a 2 hours bullish fair value gap. 15 minutes did it close bearish, sure, okay, can. 5 minutes bounce off for 5 minutes bullish fair value gap, okay, sure. Okay, 4 hours, yes, as well bounced off. 3 hours bounced off as well. 2 hours, sorry, 2 minutes and 1 minute as well bounce bullish. Okay, so next we were saying that how price is sort of bullish. Okay, so if we take a look at higher time frame here, right? Okay, so if we look at the higher time frame here, price is clearly bearish. Okay, I would say it is bearish. Okay, it is currently bearish. So okay, bearish setups, sure. But if we look at how market structure is, if we look at how higher high, higher low, right now price step into a 50% retracement zone, that okay, maybe we have a higher chance of pushing it higher, sure. Okay, so maybe price may or may not want to continue pushing higher. That's a good setup. That's a good in my opinion. Okay, so right now price is closing bearish here. Okay, so may or may not close my setups pretty soon here, and just take an L. So okay, so then after that we take a look at NASDAQ. Okay, so I do want to just continue pushing NASDAQ and then how we can analyze the trade and be better in the future. Okay, so when I look at the time frame here, right, price NAS is in the PD area. That's number one. Delivering off of premium discounted. Okay, premium discounted. Price is premium discounted. Price is respecting or delivering from a bullish or bearish fair value from inversing a singular fair value gap. Okay, so we do have that confirmation. Okay, price is respecting and pushing higher. Okay, right now price is pretty ranging, so it's pretty disgusting of a price action in my personal opinion. So my personal opinion, okay, so next was that is the singular fair value obvious. So when we took this trade here, right, how did we take this trade? So we took it when these 3 minutes bearish fair value gap got inverse, right, after pushing lower. After pushing lower, price inverse this, bouncing off this higher time frame here, singular as well. 3 minute, was it obvious? I would say personally it is pretty obvious. 1 minute was even more obvious that got inverse. Okay, so price inverse a 3 minutes that was higher, it was obvious. Okay, so check the first box. Okay, check the first box. Check the first box, singular obvious fair value gap was only singular here. Was it obvious? Yes. Was there an obvious, is there an obvious draw on liquidity? To me personally, the obvious draw on liquidity is towards this accumulation macro or even towards this higher high. Okay, because there's equal highs there. Okay, there is equal highs in my opinion there. But of course, does that mean price will continue pushing there? Well, maybe, I don't know, but for me that's the obvious draw on liquidity. But even if so, the reason, right, okay, the reason, right, this was, to me, was the sort of the obvious draw on liquidity. Okay, that for me lah, guys. Okay, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because that was accumulation macro and that was the previous high. Okay, so that's where my target is. Okay, not Asian highs. Okay, for me that's my target. Okay, so next is that obvious draw on liquidity. Okay, it was that internal liquidity purge. To me, there was internal liquidity purge because this low here swept higher time frame low, which was here. Okay, so internal liquidity was purged. So you swept this low, in my personal opinion, guys. Okay, then next, when we look at this time frame here, right, the 3 minutes, right? Okay, when price inverse this low here, this obvious fair value gap here, right? Price swept this low as well. Okay, so to me, okay, that was a form of internal liquidity purge as well. Okay, so I may be wrong, I may be wrong. You guys can definitely correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. Okay, so that's an internal liquidity purge in my personal opinion. Next, was there a body close? 3 minutes, there was a body close with very strong bullish momentum push as well. Okay, so I like the volume push. Next was that it is delivering in a PD array. Okay, so all of the box checked out for here. Sorry. Let me drink some water first. Okay guys, so right now price 3 minute did close bearish here, as you guys can see. Okay, so I most probably gonna close my position here. Okay, so due to the fact that because when price closed below that 3 minutes, right, and then 1 minute, as you guys can see, is also closed bearish here, so I don't really like to take that risk. Even though I do like this rejection and all that stuff, right, however, for me, I personally think that price is very ranging, and I just don't think that, for me, okay, for me, I just don't want to take that risk. So I am going to close out my trade here, okay, for a very 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 small loss today, a 0.04%. Okay, so I'm going to close out at a loss here, but it's fine. Okay, Euro USD actually hit Asian highs here. Congrats guys to whoever took it. I am very proud of you guys for taking it, but however for me, okay, I'm not taking that trade, so I am done for the day. Okay, so why did this trade honestly fail? To me, I just feel that it's pretty much very price action is very choppy in terms of this London session. The this was such a choppy price action here. So the first trade that I took, I would say it was a good trade because obvious fair value gap, 2 minute bounce off, and then I break even once it hits this high, and then bounce off this as well. So for me, I think it was an okay trade for me to take. So yeah, Euro USD did hit Asian highs. Congrats to whoever took it. Okay, I'm definitely not trading Euro anymore. Okay, so Euro hit the Asian highs. You most probably won't look to into trading because right now price may or may not be just continue ranging. May continue pushing lower. I don't know. So but definitely not looking into trading Euro USD anymore. I'm just gonna keep track into Nasdaq. I am out of my Nasdaq trade currently. But for Nasdaq, I would personally say it's pretty much very tough because Nas is just in a range, as you guys can clearly see. It's just in a range. Pricey. So very pricey price action here. That's why I don't really like it. That's why I closed my trade out. I think I took like a 0.05% loss. Take that as a loss because right now price action is very choppy. That's why I don't think that price did the way it would do it. So it's fine for me. I think it's fine. I'll just wait for a new setup. If price were to give me, then hey, it is what it is. Don't really. I'm not really affected by it in my personal opinion. Yeah. Oh no, Chris, your price came back up to your zone that you bought. Oh my god, are you upset? No, not really lah. I'm okay with that loss. Yep. So yeah, mean, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Nest is so choppy, like it's so choppy. That's the con, I guess. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's not look at Bitcoin right now. Apparently Bitcoin is pushing higher. If if Bitcoin actually get this high here, right? This is a new low. This is the new low. Oh, yeah. Look at that other. Okay. So if you guys want to look at price action, right? This is a very nice example of a price action. Price make. Okay, so price make a lower high, then lower low. Price came back up, swept this liquidity, then started making lower low. Okay, so what if this case, right? What is the new lower low or lower or higher high, right? In my personal opinion, this could be the new lower high, and then this is the lower low. So right now price is shopping between these two range. Price swept this high, then push lower. Right now, is this a new lower low? No, it's not a lower low. Okay, it's not a lower low because this is the lower low here. Okay, this is the higher high, the higher low. So price has to push higher here, then after that push lower, then make a new high, then this will be the new lower low, the higher low. Okay, so I mean that's just for me lah. Okay, how I would the trade, how I would trade. Okay, so I mean how I look at market structure. If you guys would ask me. Right now, NAS is just so ranging, so it doesn't really matter. Euro, you see, look at that. Euro just hit that high, and then after that started pushing lower. So, oh no, will you be taking a long short trade here? No, I'm not taking a short. I'm not taking a short trade. My whole goddamn life, okay? Because like I said, both high and low has been swept. You don't have a clear direction of where you want to be exactly going. Price may continue pushing lower, or price may even continue pushing higher, and you don't even know it. Okay, so in my personal opinion, price most probably will continue pushing low lah. That is my personal opinion lah. Of course, don't do share your own risk. Okay. Okay, so right now manipulation macro has been done. Okay, so I would say just wait out. USD, I'm not trading anymore. I'm just going to be looking for setups in terms of NAS only, and then we'll just wait and adjust accordingly from there. Okay, guys. So not taking any trades at the current moment. I already lost a mini position, so not that affected by it. Okay, so this 1 minute here, right, if it gets inverse here, right, that doesn't mean I'll take it lah. I tell you the truth. Okay, because I'm buying into a 5 minute bearish fair value gap. What I wish to see if I do want to wait for a buy, right, is maybe price sweep middle low here, or some form of low sweep, see a obvious fair value gap, then I'll buy. That's my personal opinion lah. Okay, but of course I may be or may not be wrong, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, I'll trade accordingly for me. So yeah, so there's S&P here, as you guys can see. Okay, S&P make a higher high. S&P here because S&P make a higher high, Euro didn't make a higher high, so you might look for sell setups here. This is my personal opinion lah. Okay, I'm just chilling, not doing anything, just being patient, waiting, you know, not doing anything much at this point of time. Okay guys, so right now I'm currently looking for a long setup on Euro USD. Okay, so I am looking for a long setup on Euro USD. Okay, as you guys can see right now, okay, on so price actually swept the liquidity here, internal liquidity sweep. Okay, then we sweep this low as well. Okay, bounce off a 50 minutes bullish fair value gap here. SMT on the S&P 500. Okay, so I like this rejection of instant reaction, in my personal opinion. Okay, I don't like how just right now price is actually not closing above this, which is, in my personal opinion, pretty much shows me that okay, there may or may not be okay, sorry, I was looking at my chart because right now here looks like it's closed, but actually it didn't close on my broker. So right now 2 minute, I'm not counting, but I'm actually looking at the 2 minute time frame to see whether that previous price closed. So 2 minutes has to close bullish here for me to take this trade. If not, then I will not be taking this trade. It look like it's gonna be not closing up here. So for Euro USD right now, price actually push bearish here. As you guys can see, right now price actually closed bearish here. Will I be taking this trade? Like I said, no, guys, I am not clearly taking this trade because there is no target. There is no target. Anyway, price actually set this low here. There's no target because price already swept Asian lows, price already swept Asian highs. Where is your next target? I mean, you can say target can be up here, but price may also target here also. So you have to wait and see what. Then to my personal opinion, this is my trading strategy. This is my personal opinion. It can be you can be different from me. No problem with that. Okay, so for me is that I personal opinion that there isn't any target here for me to trade. So right now if I were to sell here, right, even if I were to sell this trade here right now here, where am I going to be targeting? So sure, I can target here, but this is the low already, so you don't trade into a low. Okay, for me, you have to wait. There's no draw on liquidity here at this point of time because both high and low have been swept. So right now if you look at the high time frame, is that price is just ranging. Okay, it's just ranging, it's not doing anything. Okay, so that's why I'm not taking this trade. I'm just gonna chill. Right now I'm looking at I am looking at Nasdaq currently. Right now S&P and Nas is doing a SMT. Okay. So I do want this 2 minutes to be inverse here. I'm actually waiting. From what my back testing is, I should have like 2 minutes, a bit more than 1 minute because of the fact that 2 minutes has a higher time frame. But at the same time it is more risky, I would say. But a higher confirmation in my personal opinion. If price were to inverse it, I would say that it has a nicer higher confirmation comparing to 1 minute. That's my personal opinion, guys. Okay. Please don't come at me. This is price is reacting off that bearish fair value gap very strongly there, which I don't really like to see. I like to see instant confirmation. I want to see that volume there, but this shows me that there isn't any volume to push higher here, so there might be just may or may not take this trade. 5 more minutes left, so most probably not gonna be looking at this trade because the the volume isn't there, and just there isn't any push towards the highs. So most probably, yeah, I think most probably I'm not looking at this trade anymore. There's no volume that push through that high. There's no, yeah, as much as it's possible, there isn't any drive, to push towards higher. So this market here, okay, so just now I was looking, right? You could have taken a trade because price actually inverse this high here, as you guys can see. Okay, it closed above it. Then you could have taken a trade on the 1 minute, maybe on the 1 minute. Here, this bearish 1 minute bullish price tap into it, then after that push lower. But for me, I didn't really I wasn't really looking in for a buy opportunity. I wasn't looking for a sales opportunity. I was looking for a buy opportunity. But you might be saying that, okay, Chris, why didn't you take a sell opportunity there when you think so? Like I said, because right now, for me, price is like it is so low. I don't like to target. I don't like to focus on. I don't like to essentially. I don't like to take trades that have. I like for me. Okay, personally, when I look back tests and stuff, right, is that I like when price. Okay, there's no SMT anymore, guys. So I'm not taking this trade no longer. Okay, so Euro did actually break lower here, so that's a nice trade if you guys will take it, but I didn't take it, so I don't give a fuck. Oh, sorry, I don't care. Okay, I mean, if I can be said, price sweep high and low, you really can't take any much trade in there. Unless pushing lower, then so it is what it is. I don't really care. I don't really care. Just let market does its thing. Maybe once during New York session again, I will see what I can do from there. So yeah, took a L trade on Nasdaq today. Took one break even, one L. Reason, like I said, I think purely price was just way too choppy. I followed my rules and regulation, rules and stuff, but price just didn't play out. It is what it is, so it's fine. I was just trying to be patient and waiting for the setup, but it didn't give me, so it's fine for NES. Euro didn't actually gave me a setup as well, so I wasn't really that upset about it. Yeah, I really wasn't upset about the Euro trade as well. Didn't give me a setup as I really wanted it. So yeah, pretty much that's about it for today. I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. So yeah, hope you guys learned something. So later I'll be trading during New York session about 9 to 9:30. London, New York session open. New York Stock Market Exchange open until maybe 10:30. So, yep. I'm just maybe trade or may not trade. So it depends as well. So yeah, trade for 1 hour, 30 minutes only during the New York session. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoy yourself. See you guys later. Hope you guys learned something, even though I didn't take a trade. So, looking back is a sense that when I took this trade here was pretty much I personally feel the only reason why it failed was that it pretty much was very choppy. In my personal opinion, okay, so Yeah, so that's why then I took, once it's 3 minutes loss here, I took a trade, I took a L there. Well, I was fine with that loss anyway, so it doesn't really affect me as much. It was just a very 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 small loss. I rather took that small loss rather than a huge loss. But I mean, I would have been break even here, but then at the same time, I was going against my rules because this was the 3 minute that I was wanting to close. So yeah, okay, peace guys.